Daniel's back in the win column. Now at catchweight, we're going to open up the questions directly to the press, starting with Rob from McDojo Life.
What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Man, I've been watching you do your thing since back in the day, ISKA, NASCA, just tearing people up. And seeing you come over to Karate Combat has been a joy, because I feel like it's been an evolution of Raymond Daniels up to this point. And what I've noticed is your first few fights, it looked like almost like you couldn't get into your groove. But this fight, I felt like we got to see a little bit more of the real Raymond Daniels. Do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think a couple things happened. One, my mood changed. I love winning, but I hate losing. The sky isn't high enough to show you how much I dislike to lose. So the mood changed. So for me, going out, just having a good time, playing around a little bit, just doing what I do, but to me, and going and showing everybody, my art and what I've been able to develop over the years. So yeah, I came out with a different attitude. Plus, I know Sasha's a game fighter. I know he's gonna come. I know he's gonna bring it. So thus, you didn't see any dancing when I came out this time. You just saw me focused, dialed in, ready to go, and my goal was to put him away.
Last one for me. I noticed that a lot of guys have a hard time adjusting to the ring itself, right? And it's not something that's readily available. Like an MMA cage is readily available. There are most gyms or mat space, rings, stuff like that. But this is a very unique ring. So what was the adjustment period like to get used to this ring with your style, which usually requires a lot more space?
Yeah, it is a different because of the angle that the pit is on. You have to be able to circle and move a little bit different. The edge and the angle comes up on you at different times, and when you're either pressing an opponent or opponent's pressing you, it's really weird. I think of like some of the old movies and stuff where the knights were on horses and they kind of get high ground on you if they go up on top of that pit. So it's just a different experience to be in there. So just having now being my third fight in there, I was a lot more comfortable with understanding how to maneuver around it if I bumped into it, how to spin away and continue to keep my momentum and motion going.
I'm looking forward to seeing more, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Daniels? Eddie Mercado here with Bloody Elbow. First of all, congratulations on your win. Excellent fight.
Thank you.
How did it feel coming in for a catchweight? I know last time you came in heavier than you really like to fight, and this time you were able to do a catchweight. Was that more so because of the short notice of the match, or was it just something you don't want to fight that heavy?
No, it was I think it was a combination of things. One, the very first match I fought was a short notice fight, so I just fought at a heavier weight, the 185, because that was just to get going with the league and everything. Then I fought at 165, which is my normal weight class. I was supposed to fight at 165, however, I think I had like 4, maybe 5 opponents that would not sign a contract to fight me.
Wow.
So Sasha had an opponent back out, and his opponent literally said that he just didn't want to fight him. And so Sasha didn't have a fight, and they were like, hey, what do you guys think about this fight? I was like, I know Sasha's a down fighter. He's in, for him to cut all the way down to my weight class wouldn't be fair. So I said, hey, I'll come up 10 pounds, you come down a few pounds, we'll meet in the middle, and put on a great co-main event show. And that's kind of how that kind of came together. It was like a last minute thing, and I knew Sasha was a fighter that wouldn't back out of a fight. He knew I wasn't somebody that wasn't gonna back out of a fight, and honestly, I was really looking forward to fighting him out. It was a pleasure and an honor to share the pit with him, and I hope he's doing okay. I heard his eyes a little bit messed up a little, so I hope he's doing all right.
So for the Agaya fight leading up to it, the training, the preparation, I mean, you had so many things going on, right? You had your neck injuries you're battling, I believe you moved, just a whole lot of new things. I believe a new child, right?
Yeah, my beautiful daughter, she will be 1 year old on the 25th of this month.
Congratulations, what a blessing. That's awesome. So, you had some time to kind of settle into your new, so to speak. So how do you feel coming into this matchup? Were you able to kind of put a lot of those other X factors to the side a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was reading this article, and it was talking about the different stressors of life. Before going into that fight, I literally moved, had a new child, sold my business, opened a new business, moved to a new state. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I had a whole lot of different things, but besides my injury, plus I had to train and stuff like that. In hindsight, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. You know what I mean? As a fighter, my job is to believe in myself at all times, but sometimes I don't know when to tell myself not to take a fight, because my neck, I got cleared by the doctor, but it wasn't in a state where I was able to fully do what I'm capable of doing. That being said, that's taking nothing from Rafael. He did a great job that night. Sure. He won that fight. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity to fight him again. And I promise you guys it will be a total different type of fight.
Fantastic. And I mean, you're a legend, right? It's accepted. It's well known. You know, this is nothing new. And like you just said that you have trouble not taking fights. But you're talking about like 4 or 5 guys who didn't want to fight you, people who didn't want to fight Sasha. What do you think is up with that? Like, why would they miss an opportunity like this?
Yeah, well, see, that's why I appreciate Sasha. And during the press conference earlier, I said the league needs more fighters like Sasha. I know they're talking about new rules and stuff like that. I think one of the rules, if I want to throw anything out there, they need to introduce a passivity card for people that are not engaged.
Yeah, it's like Pride used to do it with the other card.
Yeah, you take away somebody's purse a little bit, or you take away something like that when people are not engaging. I think that would make people engage a lot more. So if you guys are asking me for the new rule, I think a passivity card for people who are not engaging. That being said, a lot of people aren't willing to risk it. You know, risk versus reward. You know, people want the fame. You know, everybody wants to go to heaven, they say, but nobody wants to die, right?
Right.
So it's like most of these people, they want to be a superstar, but they're not willing to take the risk of fighting someone who might make them part of a highlight reel, who's going to put that pressure. Like, I was intrigued on the opportunity to fight Sasha. I'm like, oh, he's somebody who's gonna come forward. Like, even when I hurt my foot, I'm like, oh man, my foot is hurt, but this guy is still, I'm hitting this guy hard, dropping this guy, he get up and he's still coming at me. I'm like, what is wrong with him? But that's the kind of person I enjoy fighting, because it brings the best out of me, because they're trying to fight, they're trying to engage. So, you know, it's a shame that sometimes you're having those fighters, and I'm obviously not going to throw anybody's name or anybody out under the bus or anything like that. But there are a lot of fighters that, think about it, I've had 3 fights, 2 of them were not in my weight class. The only person that fought me was Rafael, and Rafael is a champion. That is why he has the heart to do that. But a lot of the other people are, I don't know, not willing and able, I guess.
It's a shame. Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
What is the next question?
Mr. Daniels, Mallory Wilson, SportMartialArts.com. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, brother. How about yourself?
Been doing good. It's been a good month. Brother-in-law won.
Yes, sir.
Your younger teammate won, and you won tonight. Taking it back to your teammate, Elijah's a guy that you've known since he's been 9 years old.
Yeah.
You guys are teammates in the Waco/Sport Karate world. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Oh, my man Elijah, mate, you did great, mate. As they would say in the UK. My man, Elijah's my man. I mean, it's like, okay, as a martial artist, it's about passing it forward and paying it forward. It's about giving back to the sport. So for me, my goal is always to pave the way for the future generations. Elijah is that future, one of those future generations. Even my man Ross, as good as Ross is doing. Ross is a younger generation. I've transcended generations in my sport. And so my goal was to pave a way and to show everybody what we were capable of. Everybody got a glimpse of Elijah. That's Elijah's first professional fight ever. And that's just a glimpse of what that young man is capable of. So for me, it's an honor to be that role model, to be able to have a reach all the way over to the UK and be able to influence a young man like that and be able to guide him. He's stayed in my home before. I taught him how to drive on the correct side of the road. But it was amazing to go out there and see him be able to bring everything together. You know, it's been a lot of years of hard work and dedication that young man has paid. He's traveled a long way to get over here. Hopefully he gets a knockout bonus, because that was a very impressive win for him. But, you know, for me, that's what makes this all worth it, when I can be able to be that example for people. And I'm very fortunate and blessed that I'm able to still be out here and do it.
There's been a talk about stables here. We talked about, you know, stables from the Pitbull brothers from Brazil. We've talked about, you know, people fighting from Shida Karate. There are now 3 all-stars that are in karate combat. Do we have room for another?
Oh, there's always room for more all-stars. It's an all-star studded event now. So my man Robbie is obviously out here doing his thing now. I got my man Elijah and myself, and we, as our all-star squad, we always like to just let people know we just need to know what the rule set is. You know, if you tell me the rule set, it can be point fighting, it could be kickboxing, it could be whatever you want it to be. Just tell us the rule set, and I guarantee you we will be able to fight the top of the food chain in any organization in the world. Just we pride ourselves. We were talking about evolution and the evolution of me. That's why I call my martial arts system the Evolution Martial Arts Center, or Evolution Fighting Systems, because I feel like as a person, as a fighter, I've continued to evolve over the years. I've been very fortunate and blessed, and I've developed an ability to be able to do this at 43. I don't think there's any 20-year-olds doing what I'm doing right now.
Thank you, sir. Happy early birthday to you, baby.
Thank you.
Is there any last questions from the press?
Yeah, I got one more. One more since you brought up the All-Stars. Since All-Stars got brought up, right, I remember back in the day, right, when people were coming up through ISKA, NASCAR, all that good stuff, right, the team to be on was Paul Mitchell. That was like the team, right? And I have to assume that they approached you at one point. And I have to assume that you were probably like, I'm gonna do my thing. And by doing that, you created a team that is incredibly talented. Is there anybody else on the roster you might be thinking about maybe trying to push up here?
Let's see. We got some really young guys that are coming up and stuff like that. I was actually on Paul Mitchell for a couple years. The reason why I ended up leaving the team is just a difference of I wanted to travel and do these type of things, travel internationally, continue to test my skill set. But we got some young guns that I got coming up. I got like Pau Certifico, who's one of my little young lions. I got my young kid Tice Talbot, who's on the team. His brother's Dagan and Kane. I'm not sure they're still like teenagers, but I know Tice and Pau have some skills. And then we got some boys up in Canada area. Ben over up there with Trevor. So I have a few young bucks that like Elijah that I'm definitely interested in bringing on board.
Well, I already know you got an eye for talent, man, because I always love seeing the guys from your team fight, and they always do work. So it'd be interesting to see the next up-and-comers and what the new team comes from Raymond, you know,
Yes,
so
sir.
you got a good eye. So I'm looking forward to seeing who comes up next.
Thank you.
So Raymond, I'm going to give you the last word. What are your closing remarks?
First and foremost, I want to give glory to God, and through Him all things are possible. I want to thank my lovely wife for being so supportive. She always looks out for me and takes care of me and makes these camps very easy. And my little baby Rhea, I love you. I can't wait to get back home. I can't wait to celebrate your first birthday. My son Ray J, you're a little bit older now. He just moved to Texas with me though. But I love you, bud, and I'll see you when I get back home as well. Everybody else, I appreciate it. I will be back as soon as my ankle heals up. Raphael, Cohagen, I will be looking forward to your fight, and RD will be near. If any one of you guys happen to not want to fight on that day, my ankle should be okay. I will be more than happy to hobble up in there. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm here, I'm ready to do my thing. My mood changed. As you see, there was no partying, there was no dancing when I came out. I came out to put in work and do business, so now you guys are gonna see a very different RD. So I look forward. Thank you guys, appreciate you.
Thank you very much for your time. And just one last thing, where can people find you on social media, and where is your new dojo located?
Oh yes, definitely. You guys can find me on social media at RD_GOAT. It's Raymond Daniels _ and then GOAT stands for greatest of all time, and most importantly, God over all things. So RD_GOAT. And my martial arts school is in Georgetown, Texas. It's called Evolution Martial Arts Center. The address, baby, is 4879 Williams Drive. That's why I keep the wife with me.
We have 1 month.
Yeah, well, we're not open at that address yet, but she still keeps all the important information and numbers and things of that nature. So
Thank you for your time, Raymond.
us.